Am I?
I don't know, but don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid.
No. That's what they said in the movie Get Out. No. Okay.
Movie? No. What? What part was that?
The movie Get Out. She went no. Okay.
Oh no, she did. You doing it whole.
I'm trying.
No.
Happy Monday.
No. Yeah, you gotta go. Like, what part was that?
I think it was like an Academy Award or something. I don't know. They were nominated. I don't know.
Yeah,
anyway.
so I can. Yeah, but I can do like the whole Color Purple movie, the whole entire, and I could do every character.
That's right.
People hate watching it with me.
Yeah, I cry even now.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's my.
Yeah.
Yes, and Sharon will be right back, but today she's busy.
That's okay. We love you,
making money moves. Making money moves. So today, welcome to Michelle Corley. We are on. I think we can see your face. I think it's just in the way.
Okay, should I turn? Should I? Hey, should I?
Come in. Why did you wait?
Like this way over here?
No, come in. Slide. Lord Jesus, we got the t-shirts.
Like this?
No, because your back's gonna be.
Hey, turn. Okay. I'm trying.
I just come this way. Move in. Okay, we can move the mic.
You got it.
There you go.
Hi, everybody. I'm good. It's been a long Monday.
Lord have mercy.
It's been a long Monday.
It's been a long 5 minutes right now. It's just been a long 5 minutes.
She's not bringing me back on.
No, it's second last. Nope, 3 times for you. So, yes, it's been a long Monday, but it's been a beautiful Monday. I was off today.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so it was a little bit brisky, but it was a nice day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's supposed to snow.
Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Tomorrow night into Wednesday. Yeah. It's kind of mixed. They talking about 6 to 12. I'm kind of over it now. I just kind of want it to be nice weather again. Yeah. I'm kind of like over it. Because there's not enough snow to keep us off of work.
Right.
So if it's a blizzard, then okay, I'm with it.
Right.
But if you ain't talking about no blizzard, then you can just stop.
That's
right.
You come right.
Come right. Yeah, come correct. Because I need a day or 2 off. I've only had like 1 so far this year. State shuts down pretty much. Yeah, no, well.
What they do, but I don't have that problem anymore. So,
Oh, you're not state no more. What is it?
What happened?
You're not state anymore?
No. I transitioned on to the other side.
Oh, you came to the other side.
The other side.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
She came from the other side. She ain't state no more.
No, I'm not state no more. I love the state of New Jersey, but I ain't state no more.
Not even gonna discuss the state of New Jersey.
Oh, come on now.
Anywho, so we're here today to talk about the event this Saturday, Chocolate and Pearls event.
Yes.
Happening from 12 to 4 at Bennigan's this Saturday, March 10th.
That's right.
Raising the bar of sisterhood. So, tickets are sold out.
Let's say that again.
Tickets are sold out.
Okay.
And I will be one of the guest speakers. I'll be going first, so be there.
We'll talk about that. Okay.
Be there early. I gotta talk 30 minutes.
That's right.
30 minutes.
That's right.
And I sound like my students when I tell them to get up and do presentations. I'm like, you gotta talk for 20 minutes. They're like, oh my God, 20. And I'm like, yo, I sit up here for like an hour and a half, sometimes 3 hours just talking.
Right. See, so you should be, that 30 minutes should go quick for you.
You told me I was supposed to talk really quick.
I don't know what you
because there was a whole bunch of things going on. You're going to have vendors and all that good stuff. So you told me I was going to talk really quick. Then it came to 30 minutes. And I said, huh? And I honestly have to really hope some inspiration comes into my head. And I have had since, oh my gosh, last year.
Yeah.
Like September of last year, you told me.
It's been a while.
And I still have, I don't know. Something amazing will pop up into my head. So explain why you was having this. You decided to do this Raising the Bar of Sisterhood, this event that for women.
Well,
I didn't even say it like that. I said it like women. I was
like
women.
I got what you're saying. No. Having a relationship with sisters, I have sisters. I have 4 sisters.
And having a relationship with sisters has always been something important to, always been important to me, having a good relationship with my sisters. Or, striving to be an example to give them a good example of.
Are you the oldest?
I am the second oldest.
Okay.
But just striving to be a good example that, if I can do it, you can do it. And I think that's the heart of my event, that women need to be exposed to women that are doing it.
You have that.
If she and she tells you what she's been through to get to where she's at, maybe that can put some hope into some other woman. Say, dang, she went through all that, and that's where she's at.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people, and I think even with me, a lot of people think I just like kind of floated to where I am.
No.
And it was a hard, bumpy ride. I got broke, beat up, kicked in the face. Yeah. And people don't realize, they think, a lot of people think, and I hear, and I hear it all the time at work, and they're like, oh, well, that's why you get paid the big bucks, and and I said, listen, I work for this.
Right.
Like, you really don't know the sacrifices I've been through to get to where I am.
Right.
So a lot of people just believe that, oh, it's not possible for me. A lot of women, because you just, you were given this opportunity. I had privilege, and I just floated to where I am now. Far, far from the truth.
Right.
So I think if a lot of women get exposed to, women that have been through the struggle,
right,
to be successful and to be okay and to be, define themselves, then it's a positive thing. Because when I see women who are doing it,
right,
and their struggles, and they have about the same, I get a little hope. Like, okay, I can just hold on a little bit. I can just kind of hold on. So, just you were the second. See, I think you had all sisters?
No, I have a brother. I have one brother.
Oh, wow.
So
poor thing.
I know. He's precious because he's my only brother. So
Was he precious when he was younger?
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
My brother is awesome, an awesome man. And I always tell my mother, some people know she passed last year. So what he became before she passed was something beautiful. He became what she always hoped for him to be, and that was a man, responsible. So
he's younger? He's the youngest?
Yeah, he's the baby.
Oh, he's the baby.
He's the baby, but he's awesome. But also talking about the essence of good. I think about Beyonce. Now, this ain't I don't have too much to say. I didn't say a whole lot, but I would just say Beyonce said something very powerful last year in her music and all that, and her art. She said, get information, right? And there is so much power when women get information. And I mean the formation that says, I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to let you know that my hand is available to pull you up if you choose to take it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I think at my event, what people are going to see is, especially through my speaker, you're going to see some dynamic examples of just that. People pulling up someone else. And you, Zell, I must say, thank you. And you, Zell, I must say, when we did our internship together when we worked on our masters. But Zell, we had a sisterhood.
Yeah, we did.
It's like you made it fun. You made a tough situation being a full-time parent. Being a parent, going to work, all that kind of stuff. You made it fun.
And I didn't even know you. I didn't know you from a can of paint.
It so fun.
But I was like, this is, we're going to do this together. Like,
exactly.
Because I think everybody in this world just believes that it's an individualized society. I can just do it on my own. I can do it on my own. We are a society that needs other people.
That's right.
We need other people.
That's right.
So it's like, and I think sometimes people believe that because you're, if you get help, that you're not, you're not doing it right, or you're not good enough to do it on your own. We need help in this society.
That's right.
Everybody can't do. Somebody has always helped somebody else. So it was like, and it just makes it easier because I always say, I don't know everything.
Right.
I don't know everything. You might know something I, don't know, and I can tell you something, and we work together and we build it up together. And I just believe that blessings come when you share and help other people. It's just not for me. when there's jobs around and I know my girlfriends are looking to switch jobs, so I'll call them and say, hey girl, this job is up, or
I got you.
Like put in your, tell them, put me down as a reference, and I might apply for the same exact job. Mm-hmm. But it's whoever gets it, hey, we both winning. Everybody's winning. Because that was for you. And, like I said, I think it was when Kareem was on here last week. Mm-hmm. And I said there's I think one black therapist in Cumberland County.
Wow.
One.
Am I related to him? Don't say no names.
I think it's an African guy.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. That's awesome. But what you trying to say?
I've worked with him, but we're gonna just.
What you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, rise up, people. Rise up. I'll say it. Rise up. Because I'm like, what we can do, and I said, when somebody was trying to be nibby about my life and saying, asking me what I was going to do with my LCSW once I finally got it, if I was going to stay with the agency, I just kind of threw that pun in there, like. That's a Lachelle phone. It's charged. My phone is charged. It's charged. Can we unplug that out? But they were trying to take a little hint to find out what I was going to do once I get my LCSW.
Right.
And they kind of, I was like, I knew it was like a little sneak attack. And I told them once I get my LCSW, I was going to go work at Walmart as a greeter. That was my goal. Yeah. Hey.
Give them what they need.
I said, let me just tell you what go back and tell that. Go run tell that. Yeah. I'm going to be a greeter at Walmart. Like, that's goals, hashtag goals. But I was saying that I really want to open up a private practice. Mm-hmm. I said, there are no black therapists here. And I said, I have a girl from Lachelle. She has her LCADC. Yeah. She can open up hers. Yeah. Another girlfriend's getting ready to get her LCSW. I have another girlfriend's getting ready to get her LCSW. She already has her practice open. She's just kind of waiting for the LCSW. I said, all of us together. Yeah. If I have a client that comes in with drug and alcohol, I could say, oh, go to Lachelle. Mm-hmm. Here, I'll refer you to Lachelle. Or if somebody comes in that I might know and can't work with, oh, go to Britt. Or if this one, she specializes in children, go to Sheila. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like together we can tear Cumberland County up. Right. We can't do it individually. We can't just be selfish and greedy and say, oh no, I'm getting all the clients, or no, they're all mine. That's how your blessings don't flow. Right. To me, it's like when you give, it comes back to you. That's just like if I gave, and I think just being grateful, because I have a lot of clients that. They get stuff and it's like, I had to tell one client before, I said, if you gave me $10, your last $10, I was so hungry. And I'm hungry, I'm starving to death. And I said, here, you gave me your last $10. And I looked at you and said, why isn't it 15 or 20? Right. I said, would you be apt to give me anything else? And then it finally clawed, be grateful. When you're grateful for the things that you have, that's when more things start to come. So that's, I kind of just want to, with the soul sisterhood, when we find out that we can help each other, we got to stop blocking ourselves.
We're bad in numbers.
Right. Yes, we are amazing.
Yes, we're bad in numbers. And I have met some amazing women, even in this county, Cumberland County. We have some very strong examples of sisterhood and service. One example I think of is, most people may know her, Karen Barnett. I think I know her. She was one of the overseers of the Youth to Youth program, coordinators of the Youth to Youth program. And so many people, under her love for her community, have been able to go through that program. Some stay out of trouble, go to college, advance themselves. And not only that, she was able to take that program and seek out young kids in areas where they're disadvantaged, young girls, right? And now you have girls who have come through that program. I've been involved with it here and there, but I've had an experience with it. Now that I'm able to now give back you know. And so my other point is we have to create atmospheres, programs, environments where young girls especially can sense that I'm being valued by the women in my community. It's like now, like I'm at an age where I want to be a part of the village. You know, I want to be able to create a place, whether that village is for the women or for the young girls, but I want to create a place where the women in my village can be empowered. The women in my village can be uplifted and even recognized, you know. But Cumberland County is a village. And so raising the bar of sisterhood was part of my goal, was to reach out to the women in my county. And to encourage them and to say, sister, you need to take a break. You need to stop. How are you defining yourself? How are you refining yourself? How are you reinventing yourself? How are you being fine? You know, because especially women of color, it's so easy for us to carry so much.
Oh, yeah.
To carry
definitely.
so much. And unfortunately, there's a breaking point. There's a breaking point for all of us. And so the way we are being fine, the way we are taking care of ourselves has a lot to do with, you know, how we're able to take care of our families, give back to others, all that kind of stuff.
And I think a lot of, and especially like the younger generation now, especially in Cumberland County, the women, the girls, young women, they need a lot of guidance. Things are so different from when we were growing up, so different. Especially like the way they carry themselves, the way they're like, I would never carry myself. I did my madness, but it was like in the closet type madness. Like I would never do a lot of things in the street because I knew I'd get punched upside the head. Because you know, it was like when you walk outside these doors, you're representing your parents,
family.
Right? Absolutely.
You better act like I raised you with some kind of sense. So you did things on a sneak tip, but nowadays it's just blatant, and I think they don't realize that a lot of their behavior and actions are infringing on their future. And sometimes they realize, but sometimes they don't have that foresight to say, I have a future even.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, like sometimes it might be just what future do I have?
Right.
This is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to be.
This is my environment.
This is my environment. This is what it is.
Well, they've been desensitized. Look at Black China with her video last week.
What was? I don't follow that stuff. What happened? What happened?
When she was doing fellatio on a man.
Because I would have probably never thought of fellatio to say that. So that was good. Oh, she was doing fellatio?
Yes.
On video?
Yes. And instead of them shunning the act, they were critiquing it, saying that she don't know how to perform, you know, fellatio, and how can she be doing that? And, you know, so our younger generation, that's the standard that they're living by.
The
Kardashians, you know, if you stop and you look at what you hear on TMZ, what you see on BET, what you see, all those things, that's what they're being bombarded for. When we were coming up, it was Dancing on Air. Soul Train.
Yeah, Soul Train, So, everybody was clothed and
right. So we weren't desensitized with that. We were given some type of character building forums where they're not.
Yeah.
So the younger generation, we really need to pull them away from that social networking environment and keep their mind growing by, like what she's doing, empowering them to say, look, there's a world outside of this. You know, you don't have to be a stripper. You don't have to do this. And don't get me wrong, stripping, hey, if it pays your bills and that's all you have.
They made more than I do. I know that.
I might be more than me too.
Lord have mercy.
If it floats your boat and you feel empowered by it, knock your socks off. But you could be a doctor. You can be an engineer. You can
With
be
that
a
same
pharmacist.
energy, you can do something
There's
more.
all these things that you can do constructively, because guess what? You might be out there getting that degree to be a doctor, but you still have babies at home who are watching you get up to get dressed to go there.
And a lot of times, and I applaud the strippers that, you know, they do it. And I have seen ones that they've started at a young age, but they put their kids through college with that money. Like, it was like, you know, okay, now I'm going to make sure my children, you know, get to what they need and everything. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm just, you know, buying Moet and just partying, blowing
Turning
money.
up, getting lit.
Yeah, getting lit. Hey, we just blowing my money.
Right.
But they actually invested into their children, into their future, bought homes.
But I can guarantee you that that individual that you're speaking of didn't do it in her neck of her woods. She probably traveled
Outside.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah,
get
they,
there.
yeah.
because she knew that the reputation would follow her children.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays they're not thinking that. I mean, they driving up the street, going to work and coming home, and you know, and all the shenanigans that go along with it. And you know, I mean, prostitution is one of the oldest, you know, professions.
Yeah,
known
it is.
to the world. But women, we're created to be nurturers and to build communities and to build nations. Basically, life comes through us.
Yeah.
And if we don't go back to the simplest of forms of empowering one another to say, hey, sister, you really don't need to be doing that. Let me
Right.
give you another idea. I mean, you have entrepreneur skills. You don't want to work a 9 to 5, then you know what? What's your hobby?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
What's your hobby?
Yeah.
We can create something great
Out of
with
it.
that.
Absolutely.
And I mean, great minds build instead of destroy. So now that we're together, let me help you get where you need to be. So that way my daughter doesn't look at you and say, that's what I want to be like.
And it's all about just even, like when I used to do the youth, I didn't like kind of Karen working with the youth, I ain't gonna lie. But I did like the part where I would take, when I would get, you know, I would take a bunch of them, maybe like 2 or 3 of them, and I would take them to the African American Museum.
Nice.
Whether they was black, white, I didn't care. You was going to the African American Museum in Newfield.
Yeah.
And even like the Caucasian kids I had, they loved it. Because it was just like, wow, I didn't know this.
Culture is culture.
Yeah, like I didn't know this. Like I didn't know this happened. I didn't know this. We would take them to New York. We took a group to New York. We would go to Philly for a play. So it was like coming out and seeing like, wow, there's something different out here in this world. There's other than just here.
Right.
It made like an impact on them to say, you know.
Right.
And exposure is key. You know, I think about how I was raised in very low income area. Most of the women that I seen, they were not college educated. Some of them didn't even have high school diplomas. Most of them had multiple kids, getting food stamps, welfare. First of the month is a lottery day for all of us. You know, we having a good time. Mom, can I go with you? You know, you got your food stamps. You got, you know, and I'm talking about the paper food stamps.
How they used
Yeah,
to call
we
it
said,
Mother's
yeah.
The
Day.
red ones, the red ones,
green.
the brown ones. I think there was some green and
There was
orange
a
ones.
green,
Girl,
yeah.
you got all the fall colors. But anyway,
But remember, it was called Mother's Day back in the day.
I was
Yeah.
a recipient. I was a recipient of that because of, you know, the environment. I mean, because of the way I was raised. You know, I have no control over how I was raised with that aspect. But what I'm trying to say is exposure. And I think the benefits of programs like Youth to Youth and things of that nature, it gives kids it gives kids exposure to things that they may not, and just like you said, may not have had access to. And when we're talking about sisterhood, you know, we're talking about the stripper, we're talking about women in low income areas. The key to a lot of things is exposure. And sometimes people can only go as far as to what they can see, you know, what they're around. And what is needed is women like us talking, being able to find women. I mean, you don't have to save the world, but finding those women who you see are in predicaments where they have the potential, but their exposure is low. So, sister, let me take you out to lunch. Let me take you out here. Let me take you someplace you haven't been. Because for a lot of women, especially in those type of environments, if a man does that, he might think, okay, I got her. You know, she a McDonald's chick, so let me take her to an upgrade to Red Lobster, right? And now she thinks she got a king because he done upgraded her from McDonald's to Red Lobster.
Look, I can't either or. I can't do either
Right?
or.
and then you attaching yourself to this man because
You think he's a
you think
step up.
right?
Yeah.
You think he's a step up. And so sometimes what we need to do is we need to get a hold to our sisters in love, in the sisterly love. I put it that way,
Right.
and say, hey, let me take you someplace you haven't been. Let me expose you to some things. Let me get you dressed in a way that you keep some of your clothes on, but you can still feel sexy, elegant, and classy.
Let me
expose you to some different type of men. You know, because all of them not sagging and they butt showing and all that. You know,
smelling like unemployment.
Smelling like unemployment, right? Smelling like you wanna rent my couch and stuff like that. No, but you know what I'm saying?
They do. You can smell the unemployment.
That's sisterhood.
You can.
I can't with you.
What she said?
You can smell unemployment. I'm telling you, I was walking in the store one day, and they were like, "Oh, mommy, oh," you know how they be all like in your face and how you do, and you know, and I was like, "Oh, you smell like unemployment. Like you smell like you don't work."
Like I said, I can't with her because she's always on.
You smell like trouble. I can't.
And
you smell like a warrant. Yeah, no, go on over that.
But with that aspect, you know, we have talking about our county. We have the shelter, the family shelter.
Yeah.
We do. We have that, and you have a lot of women there.
Yes,
you know,
plenty.
It'd be awesome.
We have
our, you know, other civic women organizations. It'd be awesome to be able to reach out.
The reason why I said that about the shelter is like, because I used to work there, and the way it's set up is just
it ain't helping.
It's destined for recidivism. People are gonna come in and out, in and out. And I used to sit there and say, I wonder, like, when somebody leaves, how long are they gonna be before they come back? And sometimes I keep a little tally of different people. And the reason is because they don't have anything. You're just sheltered. That's all you are, is sheltered. There is no job training there. There is no therapy there. There is nothing there. No, parenting skills, job skills, resume writing, things to get people financial practices, how to budget. They should have classes there for people. So the recidivism rate drops. All you're doing is housing people for a little while and throwing them back out there, and then they come right back.
Yeah.
But that's most of the, I hate to say, but most of the social services in Cumberland County.
In Cumberland County.
Yeah.
Up in like North Jersey and stuff, they actually have programs to help people say, while I'm in this shelter, you can learn this, you learn this, you learn this, you learn that. So when you go out there, you don't come back here.
But that part is we have to make our senators, our governors, our councilmen accountable for it, because they're the ones who are applying for the grants down here to make sure. But I know that I was speaking to one before about the same issue, and he was saying because Cumberland County, even though we're urban, we're not urban enough to get urbanized money like Camden would or Trenton would or Patterson. We're considered a rural area
because of the land, I think, because we have the largest population in the state of New Jersey.
Land-wise. People-wise, we don't. That's why it's not considered a true urban area, so that's why we're not getting as much funding as we should. Now, if we contact our mayors and contact our councilmen or our assemblymen, all of those people, and really push for it, push, make them accountable for it. I mean, show up at their doors if we need to. If you go to a major city, you see people protesting about situations just like this. Cumberland County is very laxed when it comes to that. They're not pushing for those issues. So guess what the mayors and the councilmen and assemblymen do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And I want to really call them out there, because it's like,
and this right here is empowered women talk. Imagine if you had 50 of us, 100 of us, that you would consider 10 or 20% willing to go and protest. Because now you're talking about our well-being as female. Do you think Trump would be able to take away our birth control if we all bum rushed them? There's more women in the United States
than men,
Than men.
Yeah.
And I think, like when they had the elections come, they want to come on the show. And I'm sorry, whatever. And I don't care. I could care less. They want to come on the show 2 days before you vote. Now you want to come on the show?
Nope.
2 days? Yeah, we said
bye,
nope.
Felicia.
We were like, nope.
What we did was we Googled.
Oh yeah, we're like,
okay, what do you think? What do you stand for? And then the owner of the radio station was like, "You sure you want to sit with those two ladies? You sure you want to? Because they're going to really put you through the polls. Because we have different political views versus the one who wants to sit in that desk.
Right.
We want things to change.
Yeah.
I mean, we want more. Cumberland County deserves more.
Absolutely, and especially the women in Cumberland County.
Oh, most definitely.
But I think too, in addition to like, you know, of course, activating our rights to, you know, organize, I think it's also too just a matter of service. Sometimes you just got to start with what you have.
What you got,
know,
yep.
and
Meet
being
them
an
where they
active
are.
service, an active, you know, some people might call it active ministry, but being able to give, you might have to do it until you get the government to move on your behalf with certain things. I've seen some women. There's oh gosh, it's on Facebook. It's called Women Empowering Women.
Yeah, I'm a part of
I joined that
group.
group. I don't remember who the person is who started.
It's Venetia Gillis.
I think so.
She was one of my students.
Okay.
And yeah, it just popped up, and I was
I'm
like,
a part
oh,
of it
okay,
too on
yeah.
Facebook. And I encourage all women to, you know.
So actually,
if you
yeah, I'm
could
gonna
join
have
a part of that. Get a part of
to
that.
reach out to. Yeah, I'm gonna reach out to her to come on.
Yeah.
And see if she'll come on.
Yeah.
And
But it's beautiful to see that, and you see so many women buying the shirts and the hat. Now it'd be great if we take those shirts and hats and we do some service with that.
And I think,
right?
and
I think that's probably her heart to
her
mobilize.
mom, I think she just helped her mom do a at the Cumberland Mall. They had a book giveaway for kids.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a book giveaway for kids, and I think she does some other stuff. I'm gonna call her. Said it. Yep, so she can come on. Yep, Women Empowering Women.
Women
That's the new
Empowering
group
Women
in Cumberland County.
And one of my speakers, Minister Asada Thomas, she has a group that she also does. Is called My Sister's Keeper.
I've heard of them. They're actually in there.
I want to make sure I'm saying it right. My Sister's Keepers, and more information will be provided in my at the event. I'm pretty sure she's going to elaborate on that as well. But that's a great smaller group, but it's a great group of women coming together. The basis of Christ is discussed. You know, you're talking about Christ and, you know, your relationship with him, but also just practical life, real life situations that you're facing as a woman. And being able to have the comfort of other women from that group has really helped a lot of the women in it. Mm-hmm. And that's my question. You know, there's a lot of women, they don't have the support of other women. You know, and it's nothing like having the support of women behind you.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, men understand stuff, you know,
No.
but you can't. There's certain things you just not gonna get.
Yeah, they just not gonna get.
Right.
And women take things from a man more is like the fix it person. Mm-hmm. If you tell him something's wrong, if he can fix it, he's okay. But the emotional part, sometimes they get a little like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You're crying. I don't know. But women, like if I see you and you have that look on your face, I can automatically say something's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you want to talk about it? If not, you know, I could try to cheer you up. So we automatically kind of know as women. Men, they just get a little confused. They try, but they just get a little, they like, I don't know what to do. Can I fix it? So, but we do need more women in this county, even if doing small groups. And each small group leads up into a bigger group.
Right. And that's what Minister Asada, her group is a small group. It's called a small group. Yeah, and it's open to anybody that's interested in coming. But yeah, we do need more of that. And it'd be nice to see the group Women Empowering Women have small groups throughout the county.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
get her on. I don't know her name, but it'd be great to have her.
Venetia Gillis
to talk about
what
Gillis? Women Empowering Women is about. And then I also had my other speaker. Her name is Minister Sanita McNair. And she has been sisterhood for me. We have had a very strong bond for, I think, close to 20 years. I've known her. And she has been a great example to women from her life experience of being a single parent mother and working her way up. You know, working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, doing whatever she needed to do to make sure her daughter was taken care of. But in the meantime, also advancing herself. And that's another point that sometimes we get lost as women. Sometimes we can get so consumed with taking care of everybody else, right, that we lose sight of ourselves. And sometimes you need that other woman, that friend, to say,
"Hey,
fix your hair,
hey,
fix your hair, right?
Let's
go out." Come on,
can
these
you wash?
kids gonna get older, but yeah.
Yeah, wash up for a minute.
And not
get
just wash the physical. You need to wash your attitude.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that in love.
And I think that's when we become like highly immersed in things and involved, and we lose sight of self and self-care. We begin to get nasty and irritated and mean, and just good morning, you just you're just like grouching and growling, and it's like because we lost sight of self. When self-care kicks in and you take care of self, your attitude will change in such a way that's amazing.
Because you get grouchy because you're unappreciative. People aren't appreciating.
They don't appreciate their sacrifices.
They don't notice. They might appreciate it, but they're just like you're in your realm of get it done, get it done, get it done. They're also in their realm of get it done, get it done, get it done. And that's what happened with society. We've become overproducers.
Yeah.
And because of that overproducing, we kind of neglect ourselves, and we become introverted within ourselves. And we have that self-talk. As we're walking, we're self-talking and tearing ourselves down. I wish I would have this. I wish I would have that. Instead of changing that self-talk to, you know what? This can wait. I need this bath. I need this glass of wine. This can wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not answering this phone right now.
Yep.
No, you can't come over right now.
Yep.
These are things that we need to start going back to the reality. Like I tell my kids all the time, before you were here, I was Sharon. There was no mom, there was no wife, there was no friend. It was just me. So just because you want to put mom in a box, oh, mom, you ain't supposed to work dressed like that. Oh, mom, you ain't supposed to act like that. Oh, mom, nah. Before all this, I was me.
Right.
So when my kids started, catching on to this is mom, then they were like, oh, wow, mom's pretty cool.
My mom's okay.
Yeah, you want to go out for a drink? My older kids, you want to go out for a drink? Nah.
I want to hang with you.
Yeah, no, I love you, but no. I gave birth to you. No. I wouldn't spend enough time together.
And I think that's the first sign of seeing a woman lose sight of herself is how she takes care of herself.
Right.
That's the first sign of seeing her kind of like slowly, I hate to use this word, but depreciating within herself.
Correct.
And so with my event, I have a topic called Be Fine. And being fine really reflects on the aspect of us taking care of ourselves, our health, our spirituality, our interaction with other people. Because when we're not being fine, we become toxic to everybody
yes.
around us.
People do not want to be around. And it's like sometimes with your friends, you almost... The ones you can kind of tell, it's like you reach out, you help, but it's like, woo, they in that place, and I'm scared to go diving in because I might not come back right. You might just pour all this toxicity on me.
Right.
And I try to really, because I even know when I'm at that point where I'm not okay.
Yes.
And my friends call me. I try to fake it, as much as I can, because I'm like, these are my problems. It's not their issues, so I need not to, put it on them.
Right.
So it's kind of like, but sometimes you kind of need to be careful about people who are going through. Lend that helping hand. Lend to say, hey, maybe slow down. Let's go out to a movie.
Right.
Let everything rest. Put the phone down.
Right.
Put the phone down. That's why I tell people, this is toxic.
Yeah.
This phone is so toxic.
You saying that because you're a social worker.
It is. It's toxic.
Yeah.
I hate this phone. I hate a phone. I hate it because it rings all day. Yeah. Got this phone ringing, the job phone ringing, got the work phone ringing. Sometimes they ring simultaneously.
Right.
But this is toxic because sometimes it's behind this when people are calling, and you really know sometimes when people are calling for not the right cool reasons, and you pick that phone up and can set your whole day wrong.
Yeah.
It can. It can set your whole, and instead of, I went over to my girlfriend, she had a housewarming. And it was just like me and two other people. That was it.
Yeah.
It's like 4 of us there. And we had the greatest time. She cooked. I spilled oil in her oven. My bad. Because that is Spanish people. I'm just going to talk about. Who puts a pan of oil in the oven?
Shut up.
Spanish people.
Shut up.
Who does that?
Storage.
Who does that?
I'm looking like, what's that about?
Yeah, Spanish people do that.
But my grandma used to put it in a jar.
In a jar on top of the stove because you see it's there.
Yeah, right.
Not, go put this in the oven, and I open the oven and snatch the pan out, and it's
storage.
all over the
It's
place.
storage.
Yeah,
I
all over the
understand.
place.
It's storage.
It's storage.
Just in a
But
different way.
You need to put it somewhere where people can see it and don't realize it's not in the oven.
9 out of 10, your friends don't open your oven.
She told me to open the oven.
Oh.
So she didn't say, hey, Zell, before you open the oven, remember there's that pan of oil in there. So please be very, very careful. I know you've been sipping a little. So, you know. Yeah. I blame it on Spanish people. I don't care. It wasn't my fault. That was not my fault.
Possibly the 3 glasses of wine.
That was not my fault.
All right.
But we had such a great time, and you know what? Nobody, I didn't see any one of us looking at our phones.
Yeah.
Nobody looked at their phones.
I have a
We
girlfriend-
laughed, we talked, and we were talking about people who just got to Snapchat every moment. You got to post it and video it, and why you just can't
Because they're lonely.
let this aside for a minute and enjoy each other's company. And that's what we did. We had a great time. Nobody was trying to put it on Facebook, and nobody knew where I was.
Yeah.
So it was like those moments, everything don't belong on social media.
Nope.
But you know what? You bring up such a great point. Talk about social media and the phone. Look how women have a lot of women are changing their physique based off of the image. They're changing how they're being defined. Like you got people. I mean, it's not. I mean, if whatever fits your boat, you know, floats your boat. How you want to put it. But you have so many women now getting. Oh, I gotta get my butt bigger, right? Or I gotta get my lips bigger. Or I gotta get. My you know, I mean, whatever works for you works for you. But the point is, it's the images.
Yeah, it is.
And those images and those likes and those thumbs up, so many people use that to validate themselves, right? To be approved. Oh, I got 160 likes. I must be approved by these people. And it's all fake. It's such a false reality.
Because sometimes we might be scrolling through like, oh, I ain't liked none of her stuff in a while. Like,
It's such a false
Right.
reality. But now,
Yeah.
if you see young girls, you know, a lot of people use Facebook and all these other forms of social media, to validate themselves. And it's the wrong thing to use.
like I did that magazine cover. I didn't even post it because,
With the makeup,
yeah, they made me lighter. And I said, hey, why am I lighter? This is, I went into like straight Wakanda mode. I was like, yo, I know that's right.
Lighter, but it also thins out your nose.
Nose and and I'm
Yeah.
sitting here like, nah, this ain't Ryan, I darker.
yeah.
You know, why can't be
people-
some Nia Luther color? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my girl. I want to be her complexion. You know what I mean?
You're right. There's that little meme going around. If you take away, Facebook and Instagram, now you're no longer a model.
Yeah. Like everybody's.
You
I
lost
didn't even
your
post it
powers.
because I was like, I was sitting here like, this is not beauty to me.
Yeah.
You made me lighter. You made my nose thinner. I mean, my nose ain't that big as to begin with.
Yeah.
You know, my lips was a little bit more.
But we all have individual beauty.
Yeah, and everybody.
And that's the key, that we all have to applaud each other for our individual beauty.
beauty.
Absolutely.
However, I don't want to look like everybody else. I'm happy to be chocolate. I'm happy to be natural. I'm happy to be, this is me.
Right.
When you're 60, 70 years old, you're not going to look the same. Then what?
Yeah, you're not going to look the same.
Right.
So it's kind of like we put this standard. That's what Facebook has in social media gave us this standard that we need to applaud by. And I always tell people like this is it. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Don't look at me. That's all I can tell you. Just don't look at my face. I could care less whether you look at me or not. And I think that's what the point where women have to get to is the point of this is how I am.
Right.
Now, if you're overweight or something like that where it's a health issue.
Not even a health issue. If you want to do it for yourself.
But
It's your choice. Yeah.
It's your choice.
Because there's a lot of women that are heavier but healthier than somebody who's thinner.
Right. Absolutely.
So yeah, it's because some people they could be thin as a rail and have high cholesterol or something like that. You never know.
Thin does not mean healthy.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like what makes you happy in your body? When you walk down the street with your head held up and you switch it like this, that's what makes you happy. Whatever you feel inside, just because if I might be, don't put me to your standard. I have my own standard.
Right.
I love it. Hey.
It's called self-love, people.
Yep.
Self-love.
And you have to just get to that point. As women, we have to get to that point in life where we're
And
just
stop comparing.
pairing.
That's another thing. Comparing. Everybody compares this with that person. Well, look, you got a gift. I got a gift. You got a gift.
Right.
I'm here to applaud your gift. Your gift.
Yes.
Because it's different than my gift.
Right.
But all of our gifts put together can build the most beautiful, gift to the world if we just stop that envy, jealousy,
The cattiness.
Right, the
Cattiness, yeah.
I don't like her because she's thin. I don't like her because she's dark. I don't like her because look, guess what? The box is the same size for all of us.
Yep. At the end of this span of life.
Right here, right now, at this moment, we all in the same room, breathing the same oxygen, trying to get through it. So,
And I think that everybody should just stay in your lane. Like, stay in your lane. And that would make life so much easier.
but we really need to reach the younger generation because that's the key.
Yeah.
The damage has been done already. How do we rectify it?
Yeah.
How do we become the solution to it? You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to reinvent the wheel. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be reinvented. All you can do is polish it.
Yeah.
And sometimes just the general, people think you have to do sometimes so much amazing stuff. You have to feed 8 billion hungry children in the world. Sometimes just being nice to people on a daily basis, helping them out.
Right.
You know, like if you go and somebody's struggling, I was going to the meat market. And the girl was coming out with the baby stroller and, and the rug there. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And I'm like, lift it up. Okay, we pull it out. And she do things nice for people. So you don't realize how much an impact of doing something just simple, like opening the door, saying good morning, helping them out if they got bags of groceries and kids in one arm. Help them put the groceries in the truck. It takes a few minutes to be nice.
Or just take it back to old school days. How many times when you were coming up, I know in my mom's house, all my girlfriends came through.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And even as adults, my mom would have cookouts and we'd go over there and my adult friends would come over and my mom would give them advice.
Right.
They'd be sitting there, woo-wooing about their men and my mom would just look at them and say, when you get sick and tired, that's when you'll leave.
Yeah, that's right. You get sick and tired.
That's when you leave. So do me a favor. Let's not talk about it anymore until you're sick and tired.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, too, as women, as an individual, we even, too, before we can promote the change and even see the full potential we have, we got to get sick and tired of certain things in ourselves.
Right.
Right? We got to get sick and tired of making excuses for our behaviors and our actions and our choices. And we have to woman up,
Yep.
And say, you know what, I'm hurting myself, and sometimes we don't see how much we're hurting ourselves until sometimes we look at the damage we've done to other people. Especially, I use the example of, a mother to her daughter. Sometimes you don't see how much damage you've done until you see how you have impacted your daughter's upbringing to the point where she has low self-esteem, because you're always talking about your size. You're all, oh, well, I'm fat, I'm this, and now look at your daughter. Now she has these self-esteem issues because this is what you're role modeling for her. Mm-hmm. And one thing I can say about my very good friend, Sunita, who will be one of the speaker, she has role modeled such a great example of, I don't have any daughters, but if I had a daughter, I would want to be like her. She has role modeled such a great example of confidence to her daughter, who is my goddaughter. And the only thing I can say is I've never heard her say, oh, I'm fat, or I'm too dark, or I'm this. She's always carried herself, she always spoke of herself and carried herself in a way of grace. And when you meet her daughter is very confident, very strong-minded, very, persistent in whatever goal she's pursuing. And it all is a reflection of her mother. And so I say to a lot of women who definitely have daughters and women who have sons, what are we putting out in our environment?
Because even like with my mom, she wasn't, like my mom and dad, they weren't college educated, high school, but they instilled in us that point of how important education was. You were smart enough to go to college. You can do this. You pretty, my little pretty chocolate baby.
Right.
When everybody else was teasing me about my skin complexion, my parents were like, no, you my pretty little chocolate baby, my pretty. And I grew up with that, enforcing, society, because society is sometimes more than your circle over here. But growing up, I always knew that it was inside of me. There was a magnitude that needed to come out because my parents said I was this beautiful, smart, intelligent chocolate baby.
Right.
So that's how I grew up. You know, and now it's been instilled in me for so long. And sometimes you go through those little bumpy rides.
Right.
But then it comes back to you of how important, you know, it is just being you and appreciating how God created you.
Right.
That's why it's natural.
I know that's right.
We're
And I know for like my
We're not
grandmother,
going to go there.
she used to make like my cousins, my female cousin, she used to make us say, she would always say, I want you to be women of integrity and I want you to get your papers, meaning your degrees. And my younger cousin, she had a quote that she used to recite, I am somebody. I could be a doctor, a lawyer, a preacher, a teacher. I am somebody. And I remember my grandmother liking it so much, she would say, she said, listen, Shell. Listen to Paige. She learned this in school. This is good. Y'all are somebody. And you know the reality is there's a lot of women, grown women, need to know you are somebody.
Yes.
You are.
We tend to
speaking
forget
to that
a lot
little
of
girl
times,
in
yeah.
you. I'm speaking to the little girl in you. You are somebody despite
age-
your life experiences.
And age does not matter. I think women, we get to a certain point, and I like to say, oh, well, I am 40-some years
Right.
old, and I just can't. Listen, you could live to be 90-something. You got 50 years.
Yeah.
You
If
got
fix that
50
attitude,
years.
yeah.
To, you know what I mean? Even because I went back to college at 33, and it was like a lot of people, oh, you might
Yeah.
just stick with the casino and just get your pensions.
Uh-huh.
Nah, you all, and then it was like I was too old to go back to college at
Yeah.
33.
Right.
So I always tell people it's never too late. It's never, ever, 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 ever too late
Right.
to do something different with your life.
Right. And
'Cause
you,
you
are
might be on
somebody.
this earth for another 50, 60 years. You want to keep living the same way you're doing now?
Right.
Live your dream. Live it.
That's right.
That's the key. Be happy. I mean, your happiness might not be the same as my happiness, might not be the same as her happiness, but at the end of the day, you're responsible for your happiness. You're
Right.
responsible for the happiness that you bring into your life. Stop making those dumb choices because we all guilty of it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Lord.
I'll call Zell real quick and say, look, trip me. Please, if you see me doing something stupid ever again, just
And you know, I call you and I'm like, why you do that?
yeah.
Why you do
I
that?
thought you were my friend. Come on. You like-
No. I'm going to tell you the truth.
I'm gonna listen
That's right.
to you, but I'm gonna call you stupid when you're done.
Yeah.
But
And
I
that's
love
the beauty of the sisterhood.
you. Right.
Yeah,
Sometimes
we
we
have
need
to,
somebody
yes.
to check us, you know?
Right.
I don't want anybody telling me. I know in my heart I did something just as
Right.
stupid and dumb as the day is long that I'm probably gonna regret for a little minute. You know, I'm gonna have to fix stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want you. You know, I come to you and be like, well, you know, and then, you know, well, maybe you made a good. No, tell me,
right.
dumbass.
That was dumb.
Right, dumbass.
That's dumb.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
And we'll encourage each other to do some stupid stuff.
And then, but then we turn around and try to help you work it out. Like,
Right.
all right, girl, you know I was dumb as. But okay, listen, what we gonna do? What we gonna do about the situation? All right, maybe you do this, and that. Yeah.
And sisterhood is real.
Yeah.
It's real, and it should. And the example that me and Zell put out there on
Exactly.
our broadcast, and even in real life, should be what we want our younger generation to take a look at. I've known Zell since
8th grade, 6th, 7th,
Rossi?
something like that. Yeah, it was Rossi.
Rossi. So, and we've pulled away, but every time we come back together, it's like there was no time.
No
lapse
time
in
apart.
between.
Yeah.
Right.
We've matured. We both had different lives. I was married. I had kids. She went off to college. She did some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Without me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
That's that.
So you remember that, like,
That's
yeah.
But I still remember our sneaking on the phone at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning on conversations before school.
Yeah.
When Zell be doing real stupid stuff.
Yeah.
back in
Yeah,
school.
them times when the phone, you had to stretch the cord into the bathroom.
I got
and
you.
shut it
I
remember.
Yeah.
So those memories that we share is what has brought this relationship to this level.
That's right.
Of empowering each other, because I do stupid stuff still, she does stupid stuff still.
I have a lot of girlfriends that I've been like Tina, Omira. I think I've been friends with Omira since I was 11 years old.
Wow.
And I'm 45.
Wow.
So
And fabulous.
thank you, darling. And we're like, if she lives in Missouri somewhere, and then like we can like not talk for like a month or so. We might text every now and then. But it's weird feeling when she knows something's wrong with me, or I might know something wrong with her, and we might text, say, you okay? And it's like, how did she know? Like, something was wrong. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Or she'll be like, call me, and we'll call each other and talk. But it doesn't, when you have that sisterhood bond, it does not disconnect.
Right.
No matter if you don't talk to each other every single day, or you know what I mean? But it just doesn't disconnect. You can go right back to where you kind of left off. And you do dumb stuff. You tell each other about it. You'd be like, that wasn't the brightest idea. Maybe. Yeah, sometimes my friends hate her. They be like, here she go. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. That wasn't the brightest idea. Yeah, I'm not fake.
No, you're not. No,
That's the one thing. I'm not fake. And I don't want people to be fake with me.
That's right.
I want a friend to tell me I'm doing dumb stuff. Like, you just
that was
dummy. Yeah, some kind of dummy. Yeah. That's what we're here for. Call each other dummies. Yeah.
And the reality is sometimes your sister friends, as I call them, you'll be closer to a sister friend than you are to your
own blood.
Your own blood. And that's why sisterhood is important too, because sometimes you have that sister friend that you can go to and get the support that you may not have with the family.
Yep.
So the key is having we need companionship.
Right.
And sisterhood is a form of companionship. Like you said, we all need one another. We all need each other. And so with my event, I just want to bring women together. I want them to meet a stranger, and I want that stranger to somehow impact their lives in that moment of that event. And hopefully, you never know, it might flourish to something even bigger. Might be what I call a divine connection. A lifetime connection. So,
and we're all, everything is connected. We're
Absolutely.
all connected. We all come from the same source.
That's right.
And once you understand that and can elevate. I sound you know who I sound like, right?
Spanish, Evelyn. She's Spanish. She wants to say Evelyn.
When you get to that point of understanding, you are open to accept your mistakes, your flaws, but yet at the same time love the next person for their mistakes and their flaws.
Right.
Because and we don't want to fake it like, we're all just going to be so getting along and giving yoga hugs all day long. Right. Yeah. Like, everybody has different personalities, but you just kind of really accept that person for who they are.
Right.
And just kind of, in certain people's personality, you deal with them in a different way. Like with my staff, everybody has different personalities, and I got to deal with everybody in a different way.
Right.
I can't deal with this one the same way I deal with this staff because of how they are.
Right.
So you just got to kind of learn how to work with people who have, everybody's different. So you just got to learn how to work with them.
Right.
So we have 4 more minutes. Let's talk about your show on the 17th?
Nope, 10th.
The 10th.
This Saturday.
Yay!
This Saturday.
I'm working, y'all. That's all I can say. I'm working. It's a service. This event is my way of doing service to the women in my community, but also it's an investment because people paid. It wasn't free.
Right.
But people paid to come to this. I didn't have the money for it,
Right.
And it was a step of faith. I really just stepped out there and said, you know what, my church, the theme this year is all in, elevation and being all in. Just if you're gonna do it, be all in with it, And so I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't all in with it at first because I didn't have the money. Like, that money wasn't all in. But you know what? It was a step of faith. And I am a woman of faith, and so just stepping out there and saying, you know what, God, meet me where I'm at. I've never done anything like this. It's my first luncheon, so I'm really trying to do my best to make sure it's a smooth, enjoyable experience. Zell is going to speak 30 solid, powerful minutes. Go ahead, Zell, and we're going to have a good time. But we don't know what we can do, and this is what I want to say: we don't know what we can do until we step out. And so it's awesome when you have
I'm called, like I said, I'm not fake.
30
I'm
powerful
clean
minutes.
Out. She said, I just want y'all to get these.
No, not it. 30 minutes.
There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff going on.
30 minutes.
All of a sudden, today she's going to talk about some 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
I think that's her nerves talking.
And
Just let your inner preacher out.
I know that's right. 30
But
minutes.
you know what? And I say, when I tell my students, I'm like, you got to do a presentation for 20 minutes. So and I'm sitting here like, yo, I sit up here an hour and a half and talk. Right. And then
Zell's gonna put the timer on her phone.
Who you talking?
What?
I'm gonna have it.
30 minutes. No, but it's just a step of faith. It's about stepping out, and I want to encourage women. Like, I do presentations and all that, but I've never done anything like this, and it happened. Like, it's like I had faith. I believed in something that was not visible, and because I kind of stuck with it, and I had women, Minister Asada, Miss Dawkins, Zell, women push me keep going because I was going to cancel it. Because the people wasn't buying the tickets.
And I said, don't do that.
And she said, don't do it. Don't do it. Keep going, girl. And it's just awesome. Like, it's a reality.
You became a co-creator.
Yeah. I'm giving birth to something. And I'm feeling the pain, trust me. I'm feeling the pain because I took on a lot.
And it's a success.
Yeah.
It is a success already. You have the tickets available?
Nope.
We are sold out, but we appreciate you for being interested next year.
But you see,
yeah,
sold out.
Sold out. I was shocked when I posted on Facebook, I'm sold out. And so I believe as a woman, we need to get to a place where we can get sold out to our visions and our dreams and not allow our circumstances, spouses, kids, X, Y, and Z to stop us from pursuing our dream, because I feel fulfilled. This event has not even taken place, and I'm fulfilled in doing this.
And I bet you're thinking, what's next?
Yes.
And that's how it should be.
Yes. I'm excited and nervous, but I'm excited because I know it's coming from my heart, and it's an act of service to these women. So step out, go all in. Give your goals and dreams to God and go all in with it and watch what happens.
You're going to sell out.
You're going to sell out. That's right.
Sold out.
Yeah.
Sold out. When you sell out, you're going to build bigger.
Yeah.
And bigger and bigger. So how many tickets did you sell at this event?
I modified it. I'm 30 people.
So your next event
sold
will
out.
be 60.
That's my goal. I wanted to have 50, but it's like people weren't buying the tickets. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to kill my dream. I'm just going to modify it. And that's how life is. Sometimes we feel because things don't work out the way they should, well, just stop it. Yeah. No, you don't kill your dream. No, because you modify it.
You modify, yep.
Just like life. Sometimes we have to modify life. It doesn't mean we still can't pursue and do what we want to do, but we have to modify life. And I had sisterhood. I had women saying, don't cancel it. Don't cancel it. Do whatever you need to do to twerk. I was about to say twerk. I was about to say twerk it. You gotta do whatever you need to do to tweak it.
Think about the
right. I know the flash. Oh gosh. But do whatever you need to do to tweak it. But don't cancel it. Don't not do it. Go all the way. Go all the way. And so
see the 30 minutes that you have her speaking, you should be up there for 30 minutes too.
Yeah, well I am, because
I'm gonna take my 15 because I have really no clue what I'm talking about.
See, I have to because I'm hosting it, so I'm gonna be up there talking and things of that nature. But Zell, I'm so grateful to you, sister.
Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm really like.
Thank you so much for being a speaker. And
well, thank you for
and thank
me.
you for having me as well.
Okay.
So
thank you for it's really like it tickles my little soul when people like invite me to speak somewhere, or like when I did the Martin Luther King, when I got ordered for the Martin Luther King event, and I'm like, it kind of shocks you to say, who am I? Wow, I made it. Yeah. Like awesome body. Like you really awesome little on me.
Right.
So it's like it's an honor. It's really, really an honor. It's like I don't take anything for granted. So when you asked me, I was like, like me? Yeah. Like I'm getting up there with the tag.
You're it.
Yeah. Like I'm the big person now. Like wow, I really made it in life. So it's an honor. It kind of makes you say, because a lot of times you just go through and you don't think
people are listening.
Yeah, and you don't think back to where you came from to where you are now. Sometimes you kind of get lost in that to say, you know what? And I told somebody, I said, if don't nobody give me a pat on the back, guess what? Zell will do it for myself. Because I know. Nobody has, and I have to keep telling people that nobody's going to give you a pat on the back. If you don't do it for yourself, you missing out. Because ain't nobody else going to they don't have that obligation to do it, really. Right. You are obligated to yourself to, good job.
That's right.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Right. I agree with that 100%. We don't do that enough. I know I do, because I love me.
That's
Yeah. Sometimes I have them fleet, just kind of, just be like, oh. But, yeah, I'm very, love me too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get to that point in your life that you reflect on all the struggles and where you came from and where you're at.
Right.
That you look at people like, you can't do nothing to me.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You can't touch me.
You like
But you're cute.
Right.
Over there.
Right. Yeah.
Don't be petty. They not ready. They not ready. Yeah, it's just like you kind of look like, and that's sometimes you have to have that balance and saying, is it worth it? Like, is it worth the headache? I'm gonna start howling, get a headache,
No,
blood
it's
pressure
not,
gonna
but
go.
you're worth-
No, it's
but
kind of
you're
like I'm
worth-
just gonna let you sit on over there and do what you want to do, what you think you're gonna do to
Right.
me, and I'm gonna let you just sit there and I'm just gonna smile, because I think sometimes when you just smile at people, it freaks them out. Like when they're trying to attack you
Yeah.
and undermine you, when you just grin
Don't feed into it.
and tell them you want to be a Walmart greeter and twist their stuff around, yeah, then they kind of like, wait a minute, they get confused and they get scared because it's like, wait a minute, she's supposed to be shaking, she's supposed to do, no, I'm good. Trust me, I've been through so much. What you doing right now is not, it can't touch me. It just
right.
cannot touch me. We have to keep remembering that and keep remembering. I think I told Sharon, I think it was you I was talking to, when I said I had to just wake up one day and realize, Zell, you done paid rent, electric, gas, car payment, car insurance, making $28,000 a year with no degree. And you wasn't evicted, your electric never got shut off, your gas never got shut off. I was hungry.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah. Ramen noodles. They was my best friend. But you got through that. And here you are now. I think put me. I really. It doesn't phase. It's like you have to sometimes think I made it.
I made it.
I made it on that
By yourself.
by myself. So where I'm at now, boo boo, you gonna be all right. I had to say, sweetie, you gonna be all right. You go
survive.
right out
Right.
that door. You keep your head up, and you gonna be all right. I'm a
That's right.
survivor. Yes. So it's kind of like sometimes you have to just keep reminding yourself, especially when
And those are the stories that you need to tell at the event, because a lot of women get lost in that shuffle.
In that
thinking,
shuffle, yes.
I need that man to help me put this together.
Mhm.
No,
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
no, you don't. No, you don't. You need your wits, your strength, and your endurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And make it happen.
And make it happen.
That's
I
right.
mean, start making platters and start selling platters at your house. Whatever craft you have, that's how you make your money. You do what you do. You hustle until you make it. But that part, a lot of these young women are missing.
Right.
They're missing. They feel like they need a man in order. And don't get me wrong, it's better to choose a man than to want a man.
Yeah.
Because then you're choosing the right man and not wanting that man just to facilitate what it is that you need.
Right.
And a lot of the young women in this area, they just jump from man
To man, to man,
to man.
And not even just the young ones.
Girl, that don't
That's why we want to get them at this event next
Get
year.
started on that one.
Look, next year we need them there. Raising the bar, part 2.
Yeah. Some of the older ones too. I said that's why I ain't never ashamed to be
Right,
alone
from
for
man
a
to
little
man to
while.
man, and it's not healthy. Not only is it not healthy for you, but if you have children, your children are watching.
Yes.
It's
Right.
not healthy for them. I need to be married. What do you need to be married,
Married for?
Yeah.
Why? What is the need of being married? Then you
Yeah.
get married to the wrong person. It's hard to get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. Don't you let them move in.
It's a beautiful thing to be married, but
It is. It's a
you need to
beautiful
take
thing.
care. I love my man.
You got a good husband.
Yes, I do.
You got a great husband.
But you chose your husband.
Yeah.
You didn't want your husband.
But I saw my value before, and the point I want to make too, as a woman, before you even get in a relationship, you better be taking care of you. Right.
Yes.
Because when you're not taking care of you right, you can draw the man.
You
can
attract
draw
what you are.
right. You can draw a man at the Felicia level or the Michelle Obama level.
You know, so you got to be taking care of you right first before you dipping and dabbing. Forget some man. Take care of you.
Take care of you, yes.
Define.
And refine.
And when you get all that together, girl, you just sit back and you just watch them
and
fish.
it'll come to, yeah.
Them fish coming. Yeah.
And
So.
you can choose.
Yeah, that's right.
You can choose.
Yeah.
I mean, you can choose
And he gonna come right.
to smell unemployment.
Yeah, because he gonna come right.
Or he ain't gonna come at all. Because when you carrying yourself the way you need to, you know, on the strong, they gonna come like, you know, like the predators and stuff like that. Am I saying it right? They gonna fight for you, right?
She said the predators.
I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you know,
I understand the predators.
they gonna come right. Only the strongest gonna come.
The strong ones.
Right. Because you gonna intimidate the weak ones. So
Yeah.
they gonna be like the flies. You know,
Yeah.
so.
I don't know, because they're loud out there frauding.
Yeah,
They will come. They
when
will
you
come.
carrying yourself the way you need to, you get that thing some time.
And I think sometimes you gotta have that look.
You're aware now.
Cause they will come. But then it's like they get the started. They see you and they like, don't like the little tiger, like this, like I got her, and they coming at you and you give them that look like, choom, like don't bother.
What's the look?
Like choom, like you ain't got no job. I smell it. I smell you ain't got no job. You have no goals, no vision.
You stay.
Get out of here.
That's right.
Yeah, and then they go like a little cat, and they crawl over there in the corner. So you gotta have that look like, don't do it. Don't even talk to me.
But that's what I'm saying. When you carrying yourself right as a woman, when you handling your business, like I was talking to my husband about this yesterday. I know we about to close and all that, but I was talking to my husband about this yesterday, and I was saying we was talking about certain people we know, and they're single women, and like they are established women, right? And he was like, they are so established that to the point where there are women that are intimidated by them, but then there are men who are very intimidated by him because they're accomplished. But I said only the right man gonna come to a woman like that. And I want you to be intimidated by my person. I want you to see I can hold this down. What are you really gonna bring to the table?
Because I am the table.
Right. I'm the table.
I'm the table. I'm the chairs.
And
I'm the candles on the table. The napkins.
When you come. What are you bringing? And I think the thing is too, as women, we can't be so quick to give our hearts to these men.
Yeah.
We got to give them a testing period. Draw them out. You know. Mm-hmm. You know, give it time. See what you're dealing with. Time is the exposure of these men. You know.
And I think sometimes like the bad fall is when you've been single for so long. Mm-hmm. That person comes.
Right.
You have to say to yourself, whoa. Right. I know I've been single for a while. And he gonna throw some roses and sweet words, and I'm gonna fall right.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So you kind of gotta, because I've done it. Mm-hmm. You know, you've been single for a long time, and then that one come in, and he, you know, all right, yeah, okay. Then you kind of fall in, like, okay,
right.
And then they really show it, and you like, here you go. Yeah, you just couldn't.
I'm right back to it.
Yeah, right. I'm back in reality now. Yep. I'm back into reality now. But 12 to 4 this Saturday at Bennington's.
Yes, we're raising the bar. Yep, in Violent, we're raising the bar of sisterhood.
The bar of sisterhood.
That's right.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes,
for having
congrats.
me. Thank you, y'all.
Selling out.
Yeah, selling out.
And we're
playing the next.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next day, that Monday. We'll give you Monday to start playing in it.
You see what I mean? Yeah, okay.
Same way I looked at you when you said 30 minutes?
Right. And happy Women's, what is this? This is a Women's Month, I think, too. Women's. Okay.
Is it? March is Social Worker Month.
Happy Social Worker Month.
Happy Social Worker Month. Yay.
I know it's Pisces season.
It's what?
Pisces season.
Oh, it's Pisces season.
Okay.
Social Worker Month. Alcohol sales will be up. Social Work Month. Yes, so thanks to all the social workers out there doing their thing, helping those in need and striving to empower others to lead a better life. Yay to social workers. Yay, social workers. I think nurses and teachers get they get all the credit. We never get the credit.
Nah.
We don't. Socials, we never.
Here we go.
We don't. Teacher. Nurses. Oh, they work 12 hours on their feet. You don't go.
And on that note, everybody have a great week.
And I don't care. Y'all email me. All my nurse friends, all my teacher friends, you can say what you want to say. I don't care. Happy Social Worker Month
I
now.
can't with you, Zell.
That's why I keep telling I can't with you.
They
ain't
gonna come for
jump
me.
outside.
Don't be petty. They ain't ready. All right, we will see you next week. Have a good week.
All right, Zell.
I don't think we're off yet. Wait a minute. Don't start.
You're all right, Zell.